All right, welcome back to another episode on our $1 million challenge where I'm trying to get 1% profit gambling every single day until we get to $1 million. We have a stop loss of 4% to prevent us from going too deep in the hole and losing a lot of the balance. So if you're new here, that's the whole game plan. What I've been doing is running my old strategies from the beginning of this entire challenge just to see how they work out, and they've been working out pretty well recently. You can see we've been on a pretty good win streak. So we're going to keep it rolling. We're on episode 7, running back those strategies. And I'll explain what the plan is for today, and while I do that, I will show the bonuses. Okay, so these are the bonuses from the last episode. Since the last episode, I claimed a couple bonuses. This was a deposit match for 25% up to $15. So I deposited $60 to get $15, and then we have to wager that 10 times. So I just run it on Rocket, which is like a crash type game on a 1.01x. Then I have another deposit bonus, which is the same thing, but it's for, I think, $10, and I just do it on a 1.01x for a one-times playthrough. But yeah, so we're running back the previous strategies, and this episode that I'm copying, my old strategies, I did fan strategies. I tested your guys' strategies way back then, and I'm gonna run them back. I'm gonna do the same strategies again. I think that was fun. And we're gonna be doing a bracket right after this episode too. So after this episode, I'll be testing your guys' strategies again. We're gonna be doing a bracket. So I'm gonna do 1v1 between everyone's strategies, and then the winner moves on to the next round. So it'll be a very fun challenge. It'll last a while. So by the time this video is posted, yeah, that challenge should be coming up very shortly in the next couple of days. So I'm excited for it. And I guess this is a good finisher to playing my previous strategies, as I'm testing your strategies on episode 7, and now we're gonna be running this bracket challenge. So this is pretty cool. It's pretty cool full circle here that we're doing. So let's hop into the sheet and let's get into some gameplay. Okay, so we're sitting at day 169, which, adding up all of the outside casino apps and adding up the website balance, we're sitting at a total. I guess I should mention too, we have the savings account, which we cashed out some profit, and we have the investment account too. We have Bitcoin, which went up since the last day that we did there, so it's increasing a little bit. Bitcoin's, but it's not gonna move too much of $300 in there, but it's gonna move around a little bit. But yeah, we're sitting at a total of $960, which makes our 1% profit goal for today $9.60, and our stop loss is about $38. Okay, so we're hopping into high-low. I'm gonna reset the seed as I keep doing. We're just gonna keep running that up, and I have the live stats pulled up. So this strategy, as was suggested a while back, it's to use 0.24% of the bankroll. So out of 960, that gives us a base bet of $2.33. And what the strategy is basically just to go for a 3x cash out. If we lose, we increase the bet by 1.5. So we're gonna run it, see how it goes. We're gonna start off with a 5 here, and we're gonna go for higher. We go for higher again, and we lose that. So we gotta increase this by 1.5. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so that'll be a $3.49. I'm just running the math on my calculator here. So we gotta go for 3x now, and we're gonna go for higher. We lose that. Dang, man, that's tough. Okay, so we gotta increase that again by 1.5. So now we're at a $5.24 bet. Let's go for higher than a 2, and we'll skip the 7. We're just gonna go for pretty safe bets here. We'll go higher than a 4, lower than a king, lower than a queen, lower than a jack. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a tough one. I shouldn't have done that. I was gonna skip it, but I did not. It's all right. We're gonna increase this bet one more time. Now we're at a $7.85 bet. Okay, pretty large bet here. We need that 3x pretty good now. This is a good time to get it. So let's go for lower than a queen, and it's a king. All right, this might be our last bet before we bust here. Yeah, this will be our last one. So we'll see how this goes. We're gonna go for $11.78 bet. We're not getting too lucky on this, but we're gonna go for lower than a king. We're going for a 3x here, so this is pretty risky. We gotta get a lot of wins to get to there. So we're just gonna go for high cards and low cards and try to play it safe. So we got a 3. We go for higher. We go higher than a 4. And it's an ace. Okay, so we're down to $7.35. I think what we'll do here is, I guess we'll just run it. We'll just run it. It's not, the strategy kind of busted, but we're gonna try to just get a 3x because we've been struggling here. So let's just try to get it. Let's try to get 3x, higher than 5. Let's go lower than a queen. Skip this. Higher than a 5. Okay, we're at 2.42x. Let's go higher than an ace. Higher than a 2. Higher than a 5. And we bust. All right, well that sucks. That does suck, but we've been on a good win streak, so we're gonna take the L and just move on. Okay, so the high-low strategy was a loss. It does suck. It's a pretty big hit, $38 down. Not terrible though, we're still doing pretty good. We're sitting at 944 in the bankroll, which makes our 1% profit goal for today $9.44, and then our stop loss is $38. Coming back into the website, looking at this strategy, I really just want to run it back, just kind of out of like a rage bet, because I feel like that should have worked. We did like super safe bets and we didn't get a single 3x. I guess the 3x is pretty high, but dang man, I feel like, oh man, that's crazy. All right. This strategy though, we're going back to mines. We've been just playing a ton of mines recently. So what we're doing here is I gotta reset the seed. I also gotta pull out money from the vault. So let me do that real quick and then we'll get into the strategy. Okay, so I just pulled out $38 for the stop loss today. And what we're gonna be doing, this was another fan suggested, well, I don't wanna say fan, this was another viewer's suggestion. We do 0.44% of the balance. So that's gonna be, out of our $944, that'll be $4.16. And what we're gonna be doing, a little bit riskier, but we're going for, I think 4 mines. Let me just double check that real quick. Okay. We're going for 3 mines, we're going for 4 clicks. So a little bit riskier. It's a 1.71x if we hit this. So let's see what we can do here. I'm a little bit nervous after getting that loss yesterday. It does suck, but let's just keep pushing. Video for 4 clicks. I'm just gonna do some random tiles and that hits, so let's cash that out. And we'll run it back. So we're gonna go for 4 clicks again. Just gonna do the random. We need 1 more. We got it. All right, nice. So we're at 592, pretty close. We need maybe 1 more win. I don't know, maybe 1 more win. This is a medium risk strategy that was suggested way back on episode 7. So it is a little bit riskier going for 4 clicks instead of 3, and we hit a bomb. So let's double this up. We're gonna go for 4 clicks again. Hopefully we can get this here. 1 more. All right, nice. Cash that out. Bring us back down to our base bet of $4.16. And let's see what we need here actually. I think we only need 944. So I don't want to push this too far. We're at 769. So we need $1.75. So we might just need 1 more. 1 more actually. We gotta go for 3 clicks. That's it. Cash that out. 968. It's a little bit more than what we needed, but we'll take it. And it's another win. We'll enter that in the sheet, move on to the next day. Okay, so day 170 was a win. We got our 1% profit goal. And now we're sitting at day 171, adding up all the balances, all the outside casino apps, the savings account, the Bitcoin. We're sitting at 971. So that's after getting those bonuses I showed in the beginning. That makes our 1% profit goal $9.71, and then our stop loss is about $39. So today, this is important because those bonuses help boost this up. So this is our peak balance, even though we took that $38 loss. Can't speak, I'm speaking too fast. Took the $38 loss, but those bonuses that we got in the beginning of the episode does boost the balance up. So it kind of evened out. It's not, so that loss doesn't really hurt as bad because we have those bonuses. That's why I do those bonuses. It helps save the balance when stuff like that happens, and it works out over time. So we're 971. I'm hoping we just get a quick win here for today. call it a good day, we'll be at 980. So that would be ideal, and we're very close to $1,000. So I don't want to get some losses and risk the balance too much. I just want to hit that $1,000. That'll be a huge marker. So let's hop into it and try to get this done for today. Okay, so we're playing dice, and this was not a suggested strategy. This was just my typical strategy I always play in dice, but I'm just gonna keep the bet size the same as I did in episode 7. So I did a 0.69% of the balance, which will be 0.69% of $971. So that it will be a $6.67 bet. All right, this will be the final playthrough for today. I'm hoping this is just easy and we can get it. We've been doing really good recently. Let's reset the live stats. I already reset the seed. So let's bring us down to 25. And we're trying to roll over 25, hit the green, obviously, to get the win. If we lose and hit the red, we try to hit the green, and then we double up and try to hit the green again to come back a little bit. So let's try to take this very slow, and hopefully this works out very well for us. So let's go with the first bet here. It's a loss. Second bet's a loss. Not exactly what I'm looking for. That's pretty tough. Third bet hits. We got to double this up, and we got to hit this twice now. Let's bring us back down to the base bet of $6.67. It's another loss. So we hit green again. We got to double this up. That hits. That's another loss on a $13 bet. That is disgusting. There's a hit. I got to double this up. That is like the entire balance. It's kind of scary. I got to rip it though. That's the strategy. And we lose. Dang, man. That hurts so bad. We got so many losses on that. Well, that's unfortunate. I was hoping to get that extra winnings for today and boost the bankroll, but we cooked a little bit downwards, so it's an L, but we'll take it. We're just gonna keep on pushing, roll with the hits, and keep moving. So that's gonna be it for that playthrough. We'll wrap up the video in the Excel sheet and tally up our total gain for the video. Okay, so we got 2 losses today, which does hurt. It's not terrible. It's not destroying the balance. We're still fine. We started off at 960 at the beginning of the episode, and now we're down to 933. So we lost $27 total because, you know, I lost $66 gambling today between these 3 days here. But we had those 2 bonuses that really helped out, the deposit matches in the beginning of the episode. So that does carry the balance pretty good. We are, you know, still sitting at $933. We're still pretty high. We're still, you know, not, I guess this is kind of peak balance overall. We could have done a lot better today, but, you know, we just can't get wins all the time. I'm still happy with it. We're still way above our $700 balance that we were stuck at for such a long time. We're sitting in the 900 range. I'm hoping to break that 1,000 very soon. I was really considering just running back another day and trying to chase some losses today, but that's not what I'm supposed to do. That's the whole point of the stop loss, is if we take the L, we eat the L, we just take the loss, we step back. You know, obviously I'm not playing well. I try copying the same strategies, but if I keep trying to chase, I feel like it's not gonna work out well. So I'm not gonna do that. I feel like it's just not good if you're not in a good mental state after hitting some L's and you're trying to catch back up like $76. That's a lot to try to like rage bet, and I'm just not gonna do it. I really want to, but I'm trying to be disciplined and be smart. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I haven't said this in a while, but I never suggest you guys gamble. This is purely for entertainment. This is not my own money. I'm risking just purely profit from bonuses and free money. It's not my own money. I don't suggest you guys gamble. I don't recommend this as a strategy to actually like earn money. This is just for fun. I'm just something I'm documenting for you guys to watch for entertainment purposes. Don't gamble. I haven't said that in a long time, but I just figured I'd reiterate that. There's some links in the description. Join the Discord. The link's in the description for that. And leave a comment with any thoughts or suggestions. I'm excited for the bracket on the next episode. It's gonna be a very fun series that we're gonna do here. So let's run it and see how it goes. But yeah, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.